All right, guys, welcome to another evening with myself, and we got a special guest here. We got Tempest, who I actually need to fix one of his social media accounts, and we'll get that fixed up real fast. But yeah, it's a real treat to have Tempest here with me, and thank you so much for joining me for this shoutcast.
Hey guys, so I'm Tempest. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the writer in charge of covering Storm Division. So I'll do a lot of articles about match previews, the meta currently right now, etc. And honestly, this is up there for probably the best matchup of the season. So I'm actually really hyped to be able to cast.
Yeah,
Uh, of all the current teams in Storm Division, Trademark Gaming rates is the highest in the standings for HGC Open Division, so they're seventh, which means technically they're in the running for Crucible.
yeah, which is very impressive. I know, like previous seasons, NGS teams haven't actually gotten into, I believe, the magical top eight. I don't think there's been an NGS team in there from heroic previous season and now Storm Division, which is really showing like how teams are growing. One, by playing in NGS against other top teams, and two, that competition here is actually legit. It's not going to some kindergarten class and trying to beat up on some little kids.
And the crazy thing is, the team that's seventh in HGC Open is not the undefeated one in this matchup. Team Dane Chase has currently gone undefeated, taking down CGL Black, Luxorian Sun, and for the kill, who was previously Stormblades.
Yeah, which is extra crazy because if these guys were doing HEC Open at that same level, you would think that they'd at least be where TMG is.
So Team Chase has done a few HGC Opens. The problem is they always ran into either Divination or Omaiwa Mushinderu, and they were just bodied by one of the top like five teams.
Yeah,
So they've never actually played each other in Open, so it'll be interesting to see how this matchup goes.
it's one of the unfortunate problems with, I feel like, the HEC Open, how it works is your first seeds basically dictate how the rest of the season goes. And oftentimes, like team name change, they run into a situation where, yes, maybe on paper, based on how like NGS is going, maybe they should be seventh and TMG shouldn't be, or even higher than seventh, but they had a bad seeding and now they're stuck playing the literal like top four teams in there.
Yeah, but now onto the draft. So I believe it's a team name change with the first pick and ban, and unless they want to get it for netball, I would ban Hanzo. Right now, I would definitely consider banning Hanzo on the side of team name change. Time has been a phenomenal Hanzo player. He's great on this map, but I could also see a world where team name change first picks it because Netball is also an incredible Hanzo player.
Yeah, I mean, Hanzo on this map in general is just very good. I feel, despite the nerfs, there's still two maps where you have to either pick or ban them. BOE being one of them, and Cursed Hollow probably being the other.
We see a new hero enter Storm Division. Whitemane was just allowed to be played in NGS, and she is instantly first banned. Even after the nerfs that came in today for your Q build, Trademark Gaming is like, yeah, no, we're not going to let you guys get her.
Yeah, I mean, they did just make some changes, but I don't think it's anything significant to the point where you aren't going to ban out the Whitemane or plan to pick her up almost immediately.
So this is interesting. So Blaze has been one of the highest win rate offlaners in Storm Division right now. I believe he's at around he's at a 64% win rate right now.
Wow.
And Urel is the counterban. Urel is also at a very high win rate. So
And there you go.
that's an interesting priority on the two top offlaners. And Hanzo going over to Netball.
So I think the reason for that is Yrel is, I feel, very oppressive, especially if you go with the Goomba Smash and build, where you can keep resetting and keep jumping over and over. That's essentially permanent slows, tons of mobility for her, and then Blaze, who has the get out of jail free of the bunker.
In a very early ETC pick from Trademark Gaming. So right now, if you look at Storm Division, there's kind of four main tanks in the meta: Diablo, Garrosh, Johanna, and Muradin.
Yep.
If they were going to pick ETC, if that's a huge part of the draft, they could have waited for last pick.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I've criticized teams that are not in Storm Division about picking up ETC, and let alone the priority of picking up ETC so early in the first rotation. Seems like you're giving up a lot.
Like there are a lot of good heroes that they could have gotten instead of the ETC. For
Mhm.
example, that they play really well around. They could have grabbed their support with Karasi or Stukov, although Show is not playing tonight for Trademark Gaming. I believe Fire Team is subbing in. I don't know if he'll be playing support or just going to do multiple role swaps. But this is going to be a bit of a different look for Trademark Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, we see on the other side the Deckard and Johanna, and Johanna obviously has the ability to avoid a mosh pit, has the Blessed Chill for the interrupt, the condemn, and Deckard Kane is just a very, very potent support overall.
They're getting a lot of power picks right now but on the other hand, Trademark Gaming has picked some pretty powerful heroes in their own right with Maiev and Malfurion.
Hmm.
So their style is just going to be Maiev pull someone in, and then we just CC train them so that Laming blows someone up.
Yeah, and I think they could execute it as long as they have the right person to grab. And at this point, there's three frontliners, making Hanzo very unlikely to be picked off. But Thrall is looking like a really juicy target for the Maiev.
And a sudden Samuro last week. This is his first appearance in Storm Division. Uh, so it does look like Fire Team is going to be playing support for the team. But hmm.
This is
So
pretty
with
wild.
their composition, they're going to be looking. They should be looking to try to blow someone up to get resets. Samuro doesn't really add to the blow up
Yeah,
unless he is putting himself in serious danger of getting blinded by Johanna. Um, so they might just be going for the stall and poke with Li Ming with Maiev and ETC to try to protect her, while
hmm,
Samuro is getting a lot of offlane value with his clones.
yeah. That's the most likely play I can see. The in Samuro has three people that smacking him isn't really going to do too much to help set up blaming for resets because Johanna super tanky, Dahaka he's pretty tanky, and Thrall well he heals himself too. So unless Samuro gets onto Deckard or Hanzo, he's not really going to help the Leeming get the resets like you were saying, and he'll be able to get macro pressure though nonetheless, rotating those illusions down into the lanes, soaking them, and coming into the team fights as needed.
But you're also doing that against a Dahaka.
Yeah, who can essentially
So
dematch you.
if this was like a Sonya, if this was a Arcanist, then this could be a very different situation. But with the Dahaka, he can kind of match the Sumero clones. So very interesting draft from Trademark Gaming. I think the Dahaka pick from Team Name Change is going to be very impactful for them. Also, I'm very interested to see if Netball is going to go for Crash Lightning.
Yeah.
And there he picks it.
All right, so we're jumping on into the game. I'm gonna kick things off with a Trademark Gaming. We got TMG Doctor on the ETC. We got Time on Li Ming, not the Chromie. Fire Team on Malfurion. We got KJ Kags on the Samuro. And that is going to be Trademark Gaming. Oh, wait, sorry. I forgot Whiskers here. Whiskers on the Maiev.
And on the right side, we're going to have the undefeated team right now in Storm Division, Team Name Change. We have Metball 11 on Hanzo, Netball 11 on Thrall, yes, Smitty Werbin on Deckard, Hunter CJ on Johanna, and Nem Avenger on Dahaka.
All right. So level ones, the only thing that you already pointed out, Crash Lightning is going to be the pick here, along with the Sapphire, and hold your ground instead of Laws of Hope due to the potential CC train.
Right now, it's just a really defensive start. Neither side really has a huge edge at level one. You don't have much kill pressure on the side of Team Name Change with the Johanna and a Hanzo at level one. So they're going to be focusing a lot on getting through a lot of Crash Lightning stacks in this early laning phase. And
Yeah,
he's already at 3, which is a really good start for them.
yeah.
And for Trademark Gaming, their early game is just going to be about Maiev and ETC just hunting for Hanzo and Deckard to be out of position so Lee can blow them up. I mean, although in the early game, Thrall honestly is kind of a kill target. He doesn't have spell armor or he doesn't have his 13 talent, which can save him from a lot of which he can choose to spell shield or he can heal himself. But we can have a fight starting down here.
They're going to have ETC slide across onto Hunter CJ, but at this point we got Whiskers looking for the pull, but they're going to walk right on back. But Dahaka coming on in. TMG Doctor trying to pull on out, and Whiskers unfortunately gets stuck there.
Whiskers teleports into their team. He probably misplaced his E without realizing it. And
Yeah.
Sure, KJ Kai's got a little bit of soak on the top side, but again, this is a really strong start for Trademark Gaming. Thrall is currently at 6 Crash Lightning stacks, so he's already like 20% of the way there, and that's before he even gets a chance to sit down and poke in this Immortal phase.
Yep. Also want to point out that we had Fireteam pick up the Celestial alignment, which you often see people not picking it up, and it's going to definitely give him a little more DPS in the team fights.
Yeah, I was thinking he might go for his Innervate talent at once, just so he can give Li Ming more Innervates.
Yeah, especially if you're poking.
Time is your primary DPS, and since Li Ming went power hungry, once you get below like 20, it can be hard to get regen globes during this phase once you've just been poking and just keeping pressure on them so they can't just pick a fight with you. Li Ming is Time going for orb build? He went Triumvirate.
What? Okay, a lot of damage coming out onto Whiskers in time, and they will have to back on off. The Shaman camp push on in, and they will pick up one tower. Doctor really, really wants it, but he's all alone. There's a Condemn. Metball on top of him, dropping the DPS. Doctor getting really low. Hunter CJ still looking for it. Whiskers coming on in, though, with the pull. But Hanzo now going to be zoned, safely rescued by Smitty there with a nice scroll.
Hunter made a really smart play by interrupting ETC's power slide with his Condemn, but because of the pressure that Li Ming might have put on Metball, they weren't able to actually secure the kill on ETC. That was very close by TMG, but Hunter being out of position.
Ooh, Hunter. He does have the Iron Skin. He'll walk away for fine right now. And KJ getting as much DPS as he can in the meantime while they're playing defense on TMG.
And Trademark Gaming is playing the slow defensive game. They just want to guess. It's funny, against the global team, they're trying to be the ones. They have the XP lead despite being down a member, just trying to get as much off-lane soak as possible.
Yeah. We have 11 stacks on the Crash Lightning. That's insane. We're almost halfway there. The slide, though, the Rook onto Thrall. They will be zoned out, though, from beautiful play from Smitty throwing down the scroll. Time will have to back up as he's getting rather low. Fire team providing the healing. Doctor being chased on down. And Metball doing the geometry, the slide across. And Whiskers looking for the pull. A big stun from the Immortal. They are so low on team name change. Doctor trying to go back in, but he himself is pretty low. And there is no one who goes down in that entire engagement.
If Johanna or Thrall died there, that's probably a 4 to 5 man team wipe, just with Li Ming resets. So that was insanely good healing from Smitty to try to keep them alive. I thought they were going to win that chase the moment ETC was out of position, but they haven't been able to punish Doctor at all. He's been playing aggressively, like trying to get that tower bot side, power side again, but despite all that...
the slide across. Nem will make it out, though, as there is no one else to follow up. Go on back. Netball getting low. Will be able to escape. And so we got KJ doing his thing in the bot lane, and they have now hit a talent advantage up over team name change.
And if you... CJ being out of position. Ooh, the Immortal saves Johanna. That was this is a really good play from Doctor on this ETC. Trying to prove me wrong about picking him early, but
yeah, he's
AI,
definitely playing well. We got the Root coming on out from Smitty. Whiskers going on in, and there's a slide across and the Root onto the Deckard. And the old man has been put out of his misery. And Hunter CJ, does he have the Iron Skin?
He's so close to another reset.
Time looking for some more. The slide across, will they get it? No, they'll have to accept 2 kills and a fort. That is hella value town. They're going to hit well, 2 levels ahead. They get a 4 and another slide and another kill. ETC meta now, baby.
Doctor and Whiskers are showing incredible synergy right now. Puts his power slide perfectly where their thrall's going to be put and just deleting him.
I mean, right now they're getting so much pressure. They have a tower down already. Oh, Nem Avenger getting so low. Time going full man mode and beasting Nem Avenger with all that damage. But
Whiskers being way out of position though, and that's gonna be a kill going to TNC.
Doctor next up on the hit list. Time is overstaying there, looking to try and save Doctor, but there's no way he's saving him.
For ult on the side of Trademark Gaming, we're gonna have Mosh Pit from ETC. That's gonna be interesting. So I'd assume Netball now is gonna be considering going Sundering. So as long as he stays away from his team, he has a consistent intro for that Mosh Pit.
They will have the Blessed Shield too. So it's a toss-up. Like, do you want the extra interrupt that you'll likely be able to use, or do you plan to just have Johanna always be able to interrupt it?
I would not plan on Johanna being able to consistently interrupt it at all times because she will be in the front line, and the moment Iron Skin is down, she's as vulnerable to Mosh as anyone else is.
Oh, the rotation here from TMG, they're getting real aggressive, and I really like this.
And you just make a statement. That bruiser camp, you don't have 10, you're not going to be able to take it from us. And something to note, KJ Cax is doing a really good job not showing so that they don't know whether it's going to be all 5 at Trademark Gaming there, whether Sumero's soaking. And now with the Illusion Master, he can be that off-lane soaker at the caliber of Daka, and we have a pause here as Metball DCs.
Yeah, we'll be right back there. Way of the Illusion, so we can talk about some of the talent progress here. Way of the Illusion is definitely important, and right now he's about halfway through the actual talent. It'll definitely add significant amount of DPS to Samuro, which will help him race while his team is actually playing the defense.
And I'm pretty sure the Thrall went Earthquake, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be trying to utilize Stay a While and Listen as their main intro for the Mosh Pit. Just putting ETC to sleep. Concert's over. There's been, noise complaint. Just go to bed. Also, you need to, or I'll unpause it.
Are they ready?
They're ready.
Oh, sorry.
They get the countdown.
Okay, sorry. I actually don't see chat for whatever reason.
I'll do it.
Yep.
I'll do it then.
Yeah, we also have 21 out of the 30 stacks on Crash Lightning. That's crazy.
Trademark Gaming using that very short level 10 advantage to get Song. TMG Doctor is way out of position.
Doctor going down. A very nice play. Doctor's been very aggressive, and they finally had the opportunity to really punish him there. The arrow coming on in. Hunter CJ all alone on an island, though. He does have
follow-up, though.
Yeah, so that seems a little bit trigger happy there from Metball. Basically, they had the arrow come out, but there was no team communication to follow up on it.
Metball being pulled in and deleted by Time and Whiskers.
Was there a Hanzo?
Huge. Yeah, there was a Hanzo. Emphasis on was. If you look at... But this is... Without Hanzo, Team Name Change pretty much has no race whatsoever. So this is going to be pretty much a free Immortal going over. Huge plays from Whiskers right now. He's had a few iffy teleports, but his drags have been pretty nuts.
Yeah, I want to point out that they did that 4v5. Nem Avenger coming on in, Doctor all the way around. The Scroll will zone him out temporarily, but Immortal is up, and they are going to now chase on in, looking for a pick-off here.
And... Spinny might have to use this. No, Iron Skin, that's good enough.
Oh, Time taking a lot of damage straight to the face, and Crash Landing getting some more stacks there. 23. We're almost there, and you can see it basically takes 20% of Li Ming's HP in one go.
Yeah, this fort is pretty much gone in terms of team name changes. focus on just poking a little bit with scatter arrows. Not even poking it, honestly. Just playing back, just focusing on keep. And this is something that a lot of more lower level players might not choose to do because they feel like, oh, we have to save the fort, we have to fight. But with that much shielding, that fort's gone.
Yeah.
Just play it safe. Wait to be behind the wall where Maiev just can't drag you easily, and just focus on not gonna. Doctor somehow ends up in
Oh,
the
the stay a
back
while and
line.
listen. The earthquake on top of it. The arrow coming on in. Doctor is getting really low. We got the warden's cage trying to keep him locked down for now. It'll save him for now. Nem Avenger popping the essence. They are still looking for more, but they save the keep and they get themselves a kill.
So what happened actually was really. Oh, another kill on Maiev.
Oh baby, they stayed a little bit too long, and I guess they were listening to Deckard a little bit too much there.
Yeah. So what's interesting was ETC actually went through the mid lane, or through the quote unquote mid lane. So he took down the gate. He took down the fountain actually, which is going to be huge for their sustain during the next objective.
Mm-hmm.
Which is how he ended up behind him. He was probably looking for this sneak attack and this mosh pit, but good notice by Smitty and really nice stay a while and listen. Shut down 4 of them, setting up the earthquake, setting up the dragon's arrow, and just making sure ETC can't do anything once he's back there.
Yeah, that stay a while and listen was insane. I mean, he locked down the entire team, which stopped the mosh at the same time, and sorry, it didn't stop the mosh. It stopped the ability to use a mosh during that team fight, and they turn around and just pick up a kill instead.
So what's interesting is you're seeing Metball go for a talent that it used to be very popular on the Hanzo for faster rotations, although people don't go as much anymore. He went for mounted archery over the more popular ninja assassin, which would help him get resets on his passes so he can be more aggressive on the team fight. But then again, I don't think he wants to be chasing into this team.
Yeah.
As you've seen, like Li Ming and Maiev coordinated can just blow him up in an instant. So I like this play so that when he can just D out, he just has a really easy escape given to him.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure it's like you said, it's more so for the escape potential when all these people are coming at your face. There's so many walls to jump over that you can get into a much better position very, very fast now.
Right now, you're gonna have Sumuro trying to get a little bit of pressure on the Immortal on the side of team name change, but right now Li Ming is being zoned out of poking, which is huge for team name change. That means Hanzo is just rather scattered to his heart's content.
Oh, the grab onto KG Kags on the bot lane. He got his illusions messed up. He will be able to escape temporarily, and he'll be as good as gone now.
And Metball just going back to. So this is the problem that this is going to be a big problem for Trademark Gaming because while Li Ming poke is very strong and while time gets chunked for a third of his health from a single scatter, Metball's poke is even better. And
the slide across.
He engages.
Hunter CJ is trapped, has the unstoppable. The arrow comes out, the earthquake, and they pick up most of the damage. The Li Ming is down, Doctor's up next to go and join his partner. But we got Metball actually being aggressive there with the mounted archer we just talked about. Doctor going to knock him on back, going to survive. And at this point, Hunter CJ is super low and cannot be aggressive.
So that was a setup by Metball doing major chip damage on Li Ming that whole fight. Li Ming started that fight with around like 50% health, and without having the domination at 4, or I forget what it is. It's the talent that resets her health.
Dominance.
She's not going to be able to get her health back easily, especially with the Malfurion as your only support. And all that poke meant that one Dragon's Arrow was able to blow it up. But really smart play by KJ Kags during that whole fight, just sneaking around, getting that bot fort. The good news from the side of Team Name-Chase is you have it to Haka, so you're pretty much able to cover that.
Yep. Immortal's going to be coming out, though. There's the root onto Doctor. Very far forward again, but the slide! Here comes the mosh! Oh, interrupted immediately, though. There comes Stale and Listen, locking down to your right. Now, Doctor going to be going on down very shortly. The arrow connecting, but Smitty going to be going down the root on place onto KJ Kags, but it's not going to matter because time is coming on in with the resets because it's time to roll your face on that keyboard because everyone is dying right now.
good stagger on the good stagger on Never, and is this? No, I don't think it's GG quite yet. But this is going to be most likely 2 forts down, 14 name change, maybe a bit of core damage, and Daka can handle one lane pretty well, but against the Samuro, dealing with dual lane soak, it'd be a little trickier.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard for him at this point. This is not a Samuro who can send one top and one bot, and then you can switch around. Whiskers on, and there comes an earthquake. They have completely zoned out. Whiskers is now all alone, but he will actually back off as they want to prevent as much damage onto this core as possible.
Yep.
This is a lot of damage.
44,
56%.
44% of core gone right there. And right now, if your team name changed, you're looking for a fight.
Netball!
That
Oh, netball actually getting thrown on back instead of forward there, and will be able to survive. They're looking for the re-engage here, it looks like. Hunter CJ just chipping away at Doctor. Looks like they're actually going to back on off.
Yeah, so Netball was actually instinctively going to go for that mid fountain, but he realized, oh wait, it's not there. Somebody killed it earlier, Doctor. And Smitty's potions are just being absorbed by just anyone who's taking a chip damage from Li Ming. So they need to. They made the right call once Netball was low. Just wait, play patiently. Even though they are 2 keeps down, the more they panic, the more they are just likely to lose. And you have to look
Yeah.
for this smart fight.
Hunter coming on, and we do have Dragon's Arrow and Stay a While Listen, and Blessed Shield, everything other than AQ. There comes the arrow, but it's going to completely whiff. They part the seas just like Moses on TMG, and nothing hits them.
The unfortunate NA arrow strikes again.
Now, I understand why they went for it. I feel like they rushed it a little bit there. They were forcing something that they need, but in a position where it would be very hard to actually capitalize.
And against targets that both have pretty good escapes against it with Maya's passive and Li Ming's E.
Yeah.
So probably not the best 2 targets to go for it. That was a Malfurion in there on the other hand. I'd say go for it.
Yep. Immortals are about to start. We do have Meppel and Nem Avenger comboing to clear this ASAP as well. They wouldn't be able to race and defend simultaneously.
Also, Netball has finished both Thunderstorm and Crash Landing, so he's going to be doing insane damage right now.
Netball, he will be able to escape. There comes a scroll to keep the zoning, and Ironskin has already been popped. We got KJ coming on in from the back. Doctor looking for it, as they already know that there is no arrow. Well, it's now back up, but Hunter going on in. There's the stun. He will be able to pull on back, though. We definitely have a very long stall. There comes the Blessed Shield. They're looking for it. Stay a while and listen will not actually come up. It'll be interrupted. Doctor's really low. The resets have begun. Netball trying to do what he can, but Netball is going to be next up. The silence onto Li Ming. Nem Avenger. Nem trades out over there. This is huge. Whiskers is really low. Hunter CJ is as low as can be, and Netball is going to try his best. Netball does the math and gets the kill, but it is a 3 men are left standing for Trademark Gaming, while only 1 for Team Name Change.
And against Triple Samuro, as long as he can spread them out to avoid the blinds, this is going to be game number 1. Headed over to Trademark Gaming. Gotta rock that solo mosh.
That's right. Rock out with your ATC out. Now, I think TMG more than made the case that doesn't matter if you have a bunch of interrupts, knowing when and how to use the mosh is just as important, if not more important, than the amount of interrupts available to stop a mosh.
Just having the threat of it available, honestly, was huge. Because it forces Hanzo, it forces Decker to hold their cooldowns. And I think if they're allowed to use Stay a While or Dragon's Arrow earlier, they probably win the team fights.
Yeah. If we look at some of the stats here, we're going to see time, of course, top the charts. When the resets happen, we get the Ming Li action happening and 60k damage. But Maiev was right up there alongside 55k. But everyone was generally, close in the pack of DPS. We got Hanzo coming out with 50k. Netball hitting 47k. Johanna actually out DPSing Samuro there. But not to take away from KJ Cags with the amount of sieging and multitasking and keeping the pressure on those immortals simultaneously. So obviously he wasn't in as many team fights, but his macro pressure was great.
So what's interesting though is for me, look at the stats is two things. One, Maiev doing that much damage. She's not really built now after the amount of nerfs that came into her to
Mm-hmm.
really be like the main carry unless you're a method with an Abathur head. She's more meant to position people to get blown up by Laming. So the fact that she was out damaging Hanzo and Thrall and being that close to Laming damage is really impressive, especially with the amount of resets that Laming was getting. Also interesting is Fire Team on his NGS or in his season 5 debut bodying on Malfurion. 0 deaths, did almost as much damage as Samuro, and almost doubling Smitty Orbin's healing right there.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to show how successful this comp was. Like, it's not that Smitty was playing poorly; it's that Trademark Gaming was smashing faces so fast that Smitty couldn't save him with a potion because they were just blown up. All right, guys, we'll be right back with game number 2. We're going to cut over to some of the highlights of the game. So sit on tight while we get that all ready to go for you. And once again, I have Tempest with me, and go give him a follow. You'll see in the CoCast screen his information, Tempest Hots for Twitter and for Twitch. So yeah, go give him a follow.